When I say I don't want kids on all these hormone blockers and any kind of medication that alters your mind, I'm saying that from personal experience. I was on medication as a child. It does not feel good. Your childhood in itself is scary for all kids. Nobody knows what they're doing. It's weird. There's other kids. We don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm an adult now, but, at the time. And everybody is doing the whole transgender thing and all that. And, I just want kids to be able to just be kids. You feel anxious as is. And, I know for at least the Ritalin, for sure, it made me nervous all the time. It made things worse. It made it more awkward. Nobody wanted to talk to me. Oh, he's retarded. Which, I don't care now. Not on a personal level. You can say I need to be medicated if you want in the comments. It doesn't really matter to me now. But at the time, I didn't like it, and I don't know any kid that would like it. But, we're doing all these things to the children. And we need to just let them be children. If they grow up and they want to make a change, okay. I mean, we can talk about that. I mean, I still feel like, doing a permanent change to yourself, even though a lot of it's reversible. I mean, there's still lasting effects. And, I don't want people to have to go through that suffrage of dealing with all of that. Because when I was on medication as a child, they did isolate me. I changed. I think they seen the change, and I was a little more aggressive, and I think they wanted to get me away from the kids. I didn't fight, but I was very anti-authority, which, as you can see, when you look at all the people that are defying authority and being aggressive towards authority, from a personal experience, I think a lot of it has to do with the medication. I mean, you don't know unless you've been on it yourself. If you've been on it, but you could still see through all the malarkey, you could see what was really going on, that just added to the anger. And I think that they, even though the drugs make them a little more aggressive, people in general, when they go on some of this stuff, they just become more defiant. It's like an angry drunk. It's no different than that. And so, they're just trying to profit off of you guys, all of us. They want us all to be medicated. For every one person that may actually need it, they put 1,000 more people on it. It's not necessary. Towards the end of junior high, was it 7th or 8th grade? I can't remember. It was somewhere in junior high. I went all the way off of it. They took me all the way off of it. I started being defiant towards taking the medication. I would put it in my cheek, under my tongue, because I didn't want to be on it. And so eventually they just took me off of it. And then I mellowed out after a while. But I still liked to self-isolate. Just like this whole, everybody's isolated right now. Well, they have been for a while. For at least a good year now. And for me, it's okay. I've always isolated. So, they're not going to bring me down or defeat me with their isolation tactics. It's not going to happen. Well, we got to be careful. We got to really go after them. Not aggressively, but a lot of the doctors and everything, they're doing what doctors, therapists, all those people, they are doing, what they're told to do, in my opinion. A little glare here. Okay. Just move myself. But, what was I saying? Oh, all medical staff and all that. I think a lot of it, they're just doing what they're told to do. They're told this does this and that does that. But how do you really know? It's as simple as saying 2 plus 2 is 4. Well, of course it does. But that's because, we developed a system. And then that's how it works. 2 is 4. This could be 5 and this could be 7. And it could equal 29. It's the same thing with, science. Now, I'm not saying that science is fake. I believe science is real and medicine is a good thing. But that doesn't mean that everything is as it seems. A lot of this stuff, they could be, kind of, just little offsets on what something does. And, they sell it to the therapists, doctors, what have you. And then they use them, or they prescribe them. And then you get what we got. As far as, being transgender goes, I would say to anybody watching this, I'm not hating on anybody that feels like they are different. Although, yeah, I lean conservative, but that doesn't mean that there's not good things all across the board, in the sense of, politics, left, right, center, whatever. There needs to be a healthy balance. So don't think I'm hating on anybody here. Gay is going to be gay, it's whatever. But when, you can, be careful here. You could choose, or whatever, however, we'll just say it. You can just choose one day to, not be gay, for example. And that doesn't mean, I'm saying that, oh, it's a choice. Well, I would say it's a choice, but at the same time, it's whatever. I'm not trying to argue that point. It is whatever it is. But as far as, say, being trans, you're all beautiful the way you are. You don't need to do anything. They're just medicating you, and they want to put you under the knife so they can turn a profit on you. They thought that they were going to medicate away me seeing through all of their shenanigans. As time went on, I didn't. And I realized that I may fall under the category of a conspiracy guy. But now I'm realizing that there's a difference between being a conspiracy theorist and just seeing what's really going on. Oh, aliens. Okay, sure. Whatever. conspiracies, right? And I know I'm not just jumping around haphazardly. I'm trying to, stay on a specific topic here, which is medication. But, I want to talk about, the different feelings and whatnot. And, anyways, all the alien stuff aside, all the conspiracy, you know, trans, unlimited genders and all that. You can call yourself whatever you want, but I mean, you still need to stay grounded and realize that as a person, that you're beautiful the way you are. You don't need to fix anything. Just be you. All right? There ain't nothing wrong with you. Like I said, for every 1,000 people they medicate, probably only one person actually needed it. Most of it's a scam, but they don't make profit if they only medicate the people that need it. If you go into, one of those homes where they have special needs people, I mean, you can see if you go in there, you can see the type of people that probably need a little bit of medication to keep them balanced out. Now, that medication isn't necessarily great because I'm sure it affects them in a negative way, but they use it for them because it helps mellow them out so that they're not crazy, like trying to attack or do sexual things to people, and that helps protect them and any potential victims. So, and something like that, being medicated, it's the best scenario given where we're at for people like that. It's not ideal. It's not something that I would pick for them. But, keeping the staff that takes care of them safe and the general population, if they were to try and escape successfully, people like that may need a little medication. People with extreme anxiety to the extent that they may be suicidal. People like that there may be some value for medication. Pain pills, for example, I'm kind of back and forth on it. I've had pain pills twice in my life. One was in a car wreck, and the other was when I can't see it, they took a tooth out. It was just a standard tooth pull that turned into a 4-hour thing. The dentist spent a couple hours digging and cutting on my tooth, and it shattered when he was pulling it out, and he couldn't get it all out. So he had to send me to a surgeon. And that wasn't too bad. That only probably took about an hour if you include prep time. But I got pain pills from that. I got pain pills from that car wreck. And they make you feel good. But I'll be honest, at least for the tooth, the pain pills didn't really do anything for the teeth. It made my back feel really good when I was at work. But it didn't do much for my mouth pain. The only thing that really helped with the mouth pain, because it was really cut open. You could see my jawbone. And the only thing that really helped with that was after a couple days when it was starting to scab over, and I would chew bubble gum because it was itchy and itchy, scratchy, annoying feeling in my mouth. But the pills didn't really do anything for that, unfortunately. But they made you feel good. You get a nice buzz off of them. But, right there, it did not, the pain pills did not really focus on the pain where it really was or what it was prescribed for. And, so medication's kind of the same way. Or, I mean, yeah, durka, durka, durka. So, mind pills, I think work about the same way. There may be a little bit of good out of them, and for certain types of people, they may be good. But for a lot of people, they're not. Well, I should say for most people, they're not. As far as extended use, I don't know. Like I said, I was on it for years. A few years. 3rd grade, junior high. So it's at least 3 years. But, I missed out on a lot of, education as far as, getting good grades so that I could graduate and all that goes. I kind of got scammed on it. I spent 6th and 7th grade fully isolated, like 100%. And frankly, it was all due to the drugs. I would love to tell the full story, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. That's what I was going to do in this video. I was just going to talk about my experience, but I couldn't bring myself to fully do it. Because, there's some bad times that came with it. And it all circles back to being medicated, in my opinion. But, anyways, we just have to be careful what we're doing. Playing God, you can't play God. God is God. So we have to accept that. We're not going to fix everything. Can't fix everything. Never going to happen. But, if you've watched this long, if you take anything away from this video in your personal life, take this. Just second guess things. Question things. Don't just take it because you're told to. That doesn't mean, if you want to kill yourself, you shouldn't at least try the medication. Sure, go ahead and try it. I'm not anti-medicine. It's not a crime to try. Although for some things it is, but I'm talking in the sense of it was prescribed or it's legal to begin with. Something like, say, ibuprofen or Tylenol, NyQuil. Obviously things you can take over the counter, okay. Try them, see if they work. Anyways, I think I'm going to wrap up this video. But I wanted to create a little awareness, or try to, in my stuttering video here. If you want to follow my channel, I might talk more on this. I said I was going to a couple videos back, or I meant to say I was going to. I can't remember. It was a short little video. I made a short, for drug bullied and something for kids. And this is sort of the follow-up video for that. I might make a few more videos on it, but I want to, talk about some politics and things like that. Maybe talk a little bit about, the Bible. Yeah. So anyways, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me if you've ever been medicated on those types of drugs, or really any prescription drug. What was your effects. You know, we can all Google side effects, but hearing it straight from a person, you know, tends to have a little more value to me anyway. Anyways, make sure you like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, you know, all that cheesy YouTuber stuff. You like, subscribe, share, comment down below, you know, or don't. It's whatever. But anyways, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.